man's goings are of the Lord.
Do you know it was of the Most High God that you were standing over there at your apartment and you seen us over here, and the Most High guided your steps to come over here so you can learn who you are according to the Bible?
Right.
So you saying you're trying to find your way. The way is right here.
Right. That's right.
The way is coming back to your nationality. The way is stop calling yourself Black African American.
Right.
The way is keeping the commandments coupled with the faith of Jesus Christ.
That's right.
That's the way. Why is there a certain nation of people that's called after names that were given to them by their oppressors? The same man that gave us this image.
Right.
If color wasn't a thing, why did they change the Messiah to white? Right. But the Bible said he's black according to the Bible.
That's right.
So we say that color doesn't mean anything to us, but it means something to everybody else. Now, let's deal with nationality real quick. Get Isaiah 1 and 3. Because I'm going to show you something. There's a nation of people on earth today that does not know who they are.
Right.
There's a nation of people that's on earth today that has lost their heritage, their nationality, their God.
Right.
And we go after different ideologies. Christianity, because you said you did a 13-year bid, right? So I'm pretty sure in the pen you ran into some Muslims. Everything, right? But these are all man-made ideologies. But what we're going to show, and none of them tell us who we are according to the Bible.
That's right.
But let's read this real quick. Isaiah 1 and 3.
Yes, sir. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
You've heard of an ox and an ass before, right? It says an ox knows his owner, so it knows who owns him. Then it says an ass his master's crib. So he knows where he goes at night, during the day, his crib, where he stays at. But read this.
But Israel.
But it says, but Israel. Well, I'm going to let you know, Brother Eddie, that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that make up the 12 tribes of Israel, those are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
But those same people are on the earth today and they do not know who they are.
Right.
Read. But Israel what?
But Israel doth not know.
That's why, Brother Eddie, when I spoke to you, I said, what is your nationality? You said Black African American.
Okay. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Uh-huh.
It's what I was told, but like, I don't think that, I know I'm not from Africa, one. So when they say African American, it's like they were trying to say that I'm not actually a full-blooded African American because I'm not from Africa. But I'm black though at the end of the day, so they'll try to like remix it like that right there.
Right, but the point is that these are names that we go by. Even, it was taught to all of us. Before we came into the understanding of the Word of God, who we are, we were all going by Black African American.
Right.
But the point is that the same people that don't know, they're showing that they're the people of the book.
Right.
Because there was going to come a point in time where the children of Israel would leave their heritage.
Right.
They would leave from serving their God. They would go after other nationalities, be called other nationalities.
Right.
But continue reading. It says, Israel what?
But Israel doth not know.
The blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and those of the diaspora, they do not know who they are.
That's right.
Read.
My people.
Wait a minute. These same people that don't know who they are, the Bible just says that they're God's people. Right. So what is that saying? The blacks, Hispanic, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans that make up the 12 tribes of Israel, we are God's people.
That's right.
Read.
My people doth not consider.
But see, we're so messed up in the head today to where we don't even consider who we are.
Right.
We're fine going after Christianity. We're fine going after Islam. We're fine going after Buddhism. You want to know something? It's so heavy now to where our people don't know who they are. When we ask people what their nationality is, they'll give us a denomination of Christianity. Right. They'll say, I'm Baptist. Yep. I'm holiness. That's not a nationality. That's a denomination. Right. Or they'll say, I'm Islam. That's a religion. That's right. The Bible speaks of a nation of people that are the chosen people. But let me ask you this. What have we done to where we're in the state that we're in now to where we don't know who we are? We don't know our name. Get Psalm 83. Yes, sir. To where we don't know who we are today. We go after these different man-made religions, these man-made philosophies, these man-made holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July. Right. All these different things. What have we done? Bring it up. What you got, Brother Eddie?
Hey, I was more one of the guys that like to listen, right? What you saying, like, I really agree with it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just still like right now trying to find my way because I've been home a year now and it ain't been easy, right? I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It ain't even been easy.
Somebody find that man's goings is of the Lord. Somebody get that real quick. Get that real quick.
What do you say?
Proverbs 20:24.
Get that real quick, because you said you're trying to find your way. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Get that real quick. Proverbs 20:24.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, find that. Proverbs 20:24. Because all of us was finding our way at one point in time. But it was the Most High God that ordered our steps, that put us in contact with the men of the Lord. Because right now, there's a new breed of men that's being raised up. We are the prophets of God.
Right.
And we're out here to wake our people up and show them who they are according to the Bible.
That's right.
Get that.
Yes, sir. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord.
Do you know it was of the Most High God that you were standing over there at your apartment? And you seen us over here? And the Most High guided your steps to come over here so you can learn who you are according to the Bible?
Right.
So you saying you're trying to find your way. The way is right here.
Right.
That's
The way is coming back to your nationality. The way is stop calling yourself Black African American.
Right.
The way is keeping the commandments coupled with the faith of Jesus Christ.
That's right.
That's the way.
Right.
Hold that. Go to Psalms 83. Because we're dealing with what have we done as a nation of people to where we're getting called after these different names that aren't ours. We're going after these different traditions. There's people on the earth that hate our guts.
Right.
To the point to where they don't tell us who we are.
That's right.
They don't tell us that Christ is a black man. That's why when you see these images around the world, where do you see this at? This is in 99.9% of our churches.
Bring it up.
They don't tell us that Christ is a black man.
That's right.
They don't tell us that God is black.
Right.
The prophets are black.
Right.
They don't tell us that we come from a nation of kings and priests.
That's right.
They say we're 3/5 of a man.
Right.
They say that we're slaves. We're denizens. Read that.
Which one? Verse 1 or 3?
Start at verse 2.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, start at verse 1.
Yes, sir. Psalms chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silent, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
We're crying out to the Lord to not be still, not to hold his peace, because we're the ones that are in poverty.
Right.
We're the ones that's looking for a savior. So we're praying to the Most High to not be silent.
Right.
Read.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
You want to know? Let me ask you this first. Do we have enemies?
Oh yeah, of course. I would think so.
Do you mean enemies in terms of our people or enemies in terms of the other nations?
I'm gonna say both.
Both. And you know what? I agree with you on that. But we're going to deal with the enemies of the other nations right now, right?
That's right.
So it says thine enemies what?
Thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head.
All the other nations that are outside of the nation of Israel, they have lifted up their head. They hate our guts.
Right.
You can look in history and see what the so-called white man has done to us.
That's right.
You can look into history and see what the so-called Arabians have done to us.
That's right.
You can look in history and see what the so-called Africans, the Hamites, have done to us.
Right.
You can look in history and see what the Chinese, the Japanese,
Right.
the East Indians have done to us. Read.
Yes, sir. Excuse me. Verse 4. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
You want to know what the crafty counsel is? Making these different man-made religions. When you look at this image right here, what comes to mind?
Hey, like everything white right there to me. It look like.
It says everything is white, right?
It
So
look like.
the crafty counsel is they're gonna. What you about to say? Yeah, you can turn that. Yeah, turn that real quick. So the crafty counsel is, let me create all these man-made religions. Let me create Baptist, the denomination. Let me create Mormon. Let me create Seventh-day Adventist. Let me create Jehovah Witness. Let me create Pentecostal.
Right.
And then let me force it on a nation of people and have them all divided.
Right.
So why do you think when you look in the black community, let me ask you, in Greenville, South Carolina, when you look at the churches that are around, is it all like the same church, or do you see different denominations? Do you see AME? Do you see Baptist? Do you see Holiness, Pentecostal? Do you see Catholic? Do you see Presbyterian? Do you see that?
Yeah, it's just like everything is the same. Like church I grew up in, it was on Mount Moriah, Baptist church.
Okay, Baptist, right?
Baptist on Faith Cathedral. It was still a Baptist. So like when I don't even like talking about this type of stuff, right? Because I don't even want nobody even try to say I'm trying to say the wrong thing or down talk about
this is the point. We have to talk about it.
That's right. We do.
The only way that we can come to a conclusion, we have to put everything out on the table.
Right.
Go back to Psalm 83. Let me show you something. Start at verse what was you at? Verse 3?
Yes, sir.
Read that again.
Psalm chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
This goes into the crafty counsel.
Right.
Putting the nation of people in chains.
Right.
And while we were in chains, we were fed Christianity.
Right.
While we were in chains, we were fed Islam.
Right.
Matter of fact, under Christianity, if your slave master was Baptist, you would be Baptist. If your slave master was Pentecostal or holiness, you would be Pentecostal holiness.
Right.
Thus, that's why you see we have these different churches around here today.
Right.
This is everywhere. Why do we have Christian churches on every block and there's still no change?
Right.
And the thing is, they had different denominations, but they all teach the same thing. That Christ is a white man. You can turn the sound back around. That Christ is a white man, the laws are done away with, and we don't have to do anything to get the kingdom.
Right. I'll say something.
Go ahead, what you got?
That is real point. Like that Christianity thing, I feel like it's a form of mind control. Like back in the day, like with that Christian thing, I feel like they was trying to tell us, okay, if you didn't do this, you was going to hell, you know, so forth, to like control your mind. It's like the little slave thing. I really feel like that's why they came into play like that.
Well, let me ask you this: when you say control, like what control, like what? Be more detailed. I want to make sure.
Like oppressing me, basically, like it's like a form of oppression. Like what's his name, Billy Graham, the white guy that died. I think he was Christian or something like that, right there. But so many people was following him, like T.D. Jakes, for instance. Like I don't want to talk bad about the man, but
be honest.
But shit that he was doing wasn't all the way legit. Like yeah, you talked a good game, but at the end of the day, you had some other stuff going on.
Right.
And so like, I seen the man before back in 05. He came down here to Redemption.
Okay.
I seen the man one time. I didn't know him like that, but just off the stuff that he was teaching. But the whole time he was a something sinner. I can't remember what it was, but I know he was a something sinner. But I think he really was just giving them messages. I just feel like it wasn't real. It wasn't real. You know
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this because the reason why I asked when you said as far as like a control, when you go to keep reading on that, I'm gonna deal with it. I'm gonna finish this, but I'm gonna get to that point.
Yes, sir.
Keep reading.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
So the same people that went into slavery, that was forced these man-made religions, when you speak to them now, they don't know who they are. They don't know that they belong to the nation of Israel. Right. Thus, that's why I asked you your nationality, and you were saying, well, I was taught black, African American, right? So this is what happened to us. But let's get the reason why. Get Deuteronomy 28. And this is also going to deal with something that you said, because I also want to make this clear. When we read the Bible is a book of order. It's a book of laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
And they govern a nation of people. The problem is that we haven't been going by what governs us. Right. And that's why we're in a condition now to where we can see images of a so-called white man as Christ everywhere, and our people follow it. We can read in history and see that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have been put in chains.
Right.
Right? We can read about and see a nation of people that doesn't know their God-given name and don't know their God.
Right up.
Get Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So, what's being read right now is the Israelites are being spoken to, and Moses letting them know that there's commandments that we have to keep.
Right.
Now, quick history lesson. The children of Israel was in Egypt, and they were serving hard bondage for 430 years. Right. The Most High God raised up Moses to bring the children of Israel out into the wilderness.
Right.
There were commandments that were given to them. So now we're going to see, did they keep these commandments or did they not?
Read up.
Keep reading.
Yes, sir. Which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So if this nation of people didn't keep the commandments, there were going to be curses that were going to be put upon them.
Right.
Now, my question to you, Brother Eddie, are we cursed as a nation of people today? Because what we're going to realize is that the people that we're reading about in this book, they still exist.
Right.
And they're here to this day.
That's right.
But are we cursed as a nation of people?
Yeah, I would say so.
Explain. I want to see where your head is at. How are we cursed as a nation of people?
So when you say nation, you mean like as a whole, right? A whole.
No, I'm talking about the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
We're not talking about any other nation. Because how can the other nations be included in the curses? And they were the ones that were executing the curses because of our disobedience.
That's right.
Right. Matter of fact, let's just keep reading. Read.
Verse 16, cursed shall thou be in the city. And
So it says, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city." When we look at the city of Greenville, South Carolina, what nation of people lives in the ghettos and the slums, Brother Eddie?
See that people.
Exactly, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
that's right.
And what goes on in these areas where we live? A bunch of crime,
Bring it up.
a bunch of sin, a bunch of brothers wanting to shoot another brother down because of the color of his shoes,
Right.
the shirt he has on,
Right.
because he stepped on him,
Right.
wanting to kill a brother because he got a girl that he wants, all because of covetousness, selling drugs to each other, using drugs,
Right.
prostitution. Our sisters out here jumping from rod to rod. Our men are out here making our sisters into whores.
Right.
That goes on in our community.
Right.
But it says, cursed in the what?
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Then it says, cursed shalt thou be in the field. When we look at our line of work, what nation of people was in the field picking cotton?
Bring it out.
What nation of people was in the field picking indigo?
Bring it out.
That was us,
Right.
the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans,
That's
which
right.
are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
That was us because of our disobedience, because we didn't follow the laws, commandments that would govern us and guide us. That was why I was asking you, for example, when you were saying like it kind of like it feels like they were trying to control us and things like that.
Right.
That's what it is. Like
Be-
it's a form of mind control. Like that's how I take it. Like, if I
But see,
wanna-
this is the thing though. It wasn't the commandments that they were teaching in the church to control you.
Right.
Because the commandments aren't to control us, they're to help us. It's a guide. So like for an example, we're gonna hold that real quick.
Yes, sir.
Remember we were talking about how the children of Israel came out of Egypt and they went into the wilderness with Moses and there were laws? Did you know that there's laws on how we should keep our hair? As men,
I've been told, yo.
what have you been told? Because I'm gonna show you something real
I
quick.
ain't gonna lie, like my grandma, she used to always tell me she ain't think it was right for a man to have hair on his head or whatever. But see, now
No.
I'm
That's not. No,
I'm
that's not.
about to get to it. Think about it, like as a man, like we got hair on our body, so like we really ain't supposed to be cutting in and stuff like that, right though. That's what I was told too, like just thug it. But man, y'all got I'm high, man. I got me thinking too hard, bro.
Nah, don't get into your thoughts. I want you to listen real quick.
Right.
Go to Leviticus 18 and 2. Leviticus 18 and 2. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Because it looked like you got bald, right? You shave your head bald?
Yeah, it just happened like this. Yeah.
Oh, it happened naturally.
Yeah, man, bad genes, I guess.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm gonna show you something real quick. Leviticus 18.
Yes, sir. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 2.
And I'm gonna show you an example of how the commandments govern us. This is what the Most High God requires. Read.
Speak unto the children of Israel,
So the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans of the day. Read.
and say unto them, I am the Lord your God.
The Most High God is our God and none else. Read.
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein you dwell, shall ye not do.
The reason why I went to that is because balding our head, that was a custom that we learned from the Egyptians. Right. So remember, the children of Israel were coming out of Egypt and going into the wilderness. There were commandments that the Most High God gave to them. So we're reading right here in Leviticus how they were saying, don't keep the ways of Egypt. Right. So the reason why I brought that out is because I know you said that it falls out naturally, right? And that's fine. We can actually get that too, Leviticus 13:40. I believe that's it. Yeah, Leviticus 13:40. But my point is that we have commandments that guide us. There's things that the Most High God requires. So we were dealing with the bald head that we weren't supposed to do that, right? Now get Leviticus 13:40,
Yes,
just
sir.
to show you how, what it is like if your hair falls out naturally. Read.
Leviticus chapter 13, verse 40. And the man whose hair is fallen off his head, he is bald, yet he is clean.
You're clean because you're not taking a razor and doing it yourself.
Right.
But the context is that we weren't supposed to do the ways of Egypt.
Right.
Now get what we're not supposed to do, bald our head. Leviticus. You know what I want. Get that real quick. We're just detouring real quick to show you how we have laws for men, laws for women. This governs us because the commandments were given to the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
Read.
Leviticus chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
Why? Because when we read in Leviticus 18, it said we weren't supposed to do the ways of Egypt.
Right.
The Egyptians were doing that.
That's
That
right.
wasn't a God-given custom for us. Read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
So we're not supposed to shave off the hair on our head, nor the hair on our beard.
Right.
And also, just like how you got the goatee right there, I know you could grow more than that.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm glad that you're being honest. Because the thing is, right here is so simple, but our people are so full of themselves, they think that it's hard to apply the laws of God.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? What else is on that? That's it?
Cuts in the flesh.
You don't gotta get that.
Yes,
Go
sir.
back to Deuteronomy 28.
Yes, sir.
So I was just giving you an example of a commandment. What's going on, family? Make sure y'all get a flyer. We're showing our people that we're the Israelites according to the Bible. Okay, all praises, all praises. Go back to Deuteronomy 28. Go to verse 37.
Yes, sir.
Because remember I asked you about your nationality, right? And you said black, African American. But remember, we're dealing with the curses that were put upon a nation of people because of their disobedience, right? Get verse 37.
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
It says a nation of people, the Israelites, are going to become an astonishment. You want to know what the astonishment is with us? The higher ups of the other nations know about the Israelites. They know that the Israelites are God's chosen people. But because of our sin and our disobedience, we fall into this lower state.
Right.
Now, you're probably thinking, how low have we fell? We look at our men today. What nation of people sags their pants? What nation of people wears skinny jeans and sags their pants?
He gonna explain it.
Right. That's us.
How you know this?
What's going? So just stay right here. What's going on, my family? How y'all doing? So right now we're showing our people that the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans are the Israelites according to the Bible,
That's
right?
right.
And because of our disobedience, there were curses that were put on us. So we were going over one curse that we're reading right now. Start at verse 37 again.
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, rather the Lord shall lead thee.
So let's start with the astonishment again. Everybody on earth, especially when it comes to your elite of the other nations, the so-called white man, Chinese, so on and so forth, they know who the Israelites are.
That's right.
And I'm looking at the Israelites right now, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
But they look at how we live our lives. They see how our sisters whore themselves out.
Right.
They see how our own men whore our sisters out.
That's
They see the music that we make.
Right.
They see the drugs that we put in our system.
Right.
They see the alcohol that we take.
it out.
And they say, dang, look at a nation of people that came from kings and priests, and look at what they're doing now. That's the astonishment that's on us as a nation of people because we broke the commandments.
That's right.
Then it says in a what?
A proverb.
Then it says a proverb, a wise saying. Let me ask y'all something, family. What are some things that y'all hear as in terms of like a joke towards black people? Like, what are some sayings that are out there about us? What you got, Brother Eddie?
Hey, y'all help me out, man. Somebody,
What y'all got, family?
Somebody help me out.
What are some things y'all normally hear, some stereotypes y'all hear about so-called blacks?
I done heard that like we lazy.
Okay, we're lazy. Okay, what else?
That we hate each other.
Okay, what else? You ever heard of fried chicken and watermelon? We love Kool-Aid, things like that. And that's simple. But the point is that these are things, stereotypes that they put on us.
Right.
But we're reading it out the Bible that would happen to a nation of people because of their disobedience.
That's
Right.
right.
Daddy,
Right, say it again.
they ain't got no daddy.
Right, they ain't got no daddy. We hear this stuff.
Right.
So we already dealt with the astonishment, the proverb. Now what else?
In a byword.
Now we get into the meat of the matter. It says, and a byword. Now, I already dealt with you. You said that you're black African American. My brother with the Nike shirt. What is your nationality?
Black.
Black. My sister, what's your nationality? Black. Hey, my brothers is in the back with the tank tops on. What's your nationality?
Shit. I don't even know the answer to that for real.
Okay, you don't know? What about you?
Black.
So 3 blacks. Well, black African American, black, I don't know, and black. Now, I'm looking at the same people,
Right.
but yet everybody said damn near a different answer.
Right.
It says a byword. You want to know what a byword is? You being called out your God-given name.
That's right.
Black is a byword.
Right.
African American is a byword.
Right.
Asiatic black man is a byword.
Right.
For the other nations of people, Jamaican, Haitian, Cuban, Mexican, those are bywords that are
That's
put on
right.
us. We are the Israelites according to the Bible.
Right.
The blacks would be from the tribe of Judah. So everybody's saying that they're black, right? They're so-called African American. You would be from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
Right.
But because of our disobedience, we've been called out of our God-given name.
Right.
Shouldn't we be called by our name?
Right.
The other nations want to be called by their name. Why shouldn't we want to be called by our name?
Bring it out.
That's the reason why you all are here today. We're here to restore the lost identity and heritage to a lost people.
Right.
We are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's
God's
right.
chosen people. Let's get some more curses. Get verse 45.
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45.
Bring it up.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee.
Because of our disobedience, the curses that we're reading in the Bible, they're going to pursue us. What does it mean when someone is pursuing something? When you think of the word pursue, what does that mean?
Coming after us.
Chase. Coming after chase, right? So that's what we're reading in the Bible, that's what's going on right now. These curses are upon us now because we disobeyed the one true God. Read.
And overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
We're looking at a destroyed people right now. Look at us. We're the last hired, first fired. We don't have a heritage. All the holidays that we celebrate, it's been man-made, created by the same man that said that Jesus Christ is a so-called white man.
Right.
Where do you think we get Christmas from? Where do you think we get Valentine's Day from? Where do you think we get Thanksgiving from?
Bring it up.
We get it from our oppressors.
That's right.
Read.
To keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So the curses that we're reading in the Bible is going to be a sign. What is the importance of a sign? What does a sign do? My sister right here, I want to hear you speak for a little bit. What's your name, by the way? Deasia. What is the importance of a sign?
Like it shows you
Right.
whatever you're looking for.
Right, it shows you, right? So just like how I look at that stop sign and it says stop, we see the signs of the curses that we're in now.
Right.
Earlier we were discussing how when we look at the so-called blacks, we're the ones that live in the poverty-stricken areas. We're the ones that commit crime on each other.
Right.
We'll shoot each other down quick. But then when it comes to the so-called white man coming to your hood and gunning one of your brothers down, you don't do anything.
Bring it up.
You may march. But if it was your own brother that done something, you'd be ready to put him to death. That's
Like George Floyd, when the boy let him die like that, they seen it going. Hey, you know what? I ain't mean to interrupt, but I got something to say about that. Like,
What's up?
Everybody was talking noise right through the whole time. We stood around and watched that man die. Ain't nobody able to take one person just to. Somebody got to sacrifice sometime, really. But they stood around and watched that man die like that. So I really feel like that's on us too, for letting it go down like that.
I'll say this. I actually want to hold that.
Yes, sir.
'Cause y'all familiar with George Floyd? Y'all know what he's talking about when that's the one that got the knee on his neck, right? Right, that's the one that had the knee on his neck. And it's like everybody sat there and they watched the officer do it. So you're saying that was something that you said that it was our fault as well, right?
We let it go down like that. We watched it go down like that. Yeah.
You want to know what's so crazy what you said? That actually goes into the curses.
Bring it up.
Matter of fact, get verse Deuteronomy 28:49. Get
Bring it
that.
up.
Get that real quick. I'm going to show you something real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as an eagle flieth.
You want to know what nation this is talking about? This is talking about the so-called white man.
That's right.
Because it says the eagle. Read that part again.
Yes, sir. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as an eagle flieth.
The eagle. Y'all heard that? What's the symbol of America? It's the eagle. When we look at ancient history in Spain, if you all know, just to let you know, it was the eagle.
That's
when we look at Rome, it was the eagle.
That's right.
This is talking about the so-called white man. The Most High was to bring him from afar. Why? Because of our disobedience.
That's right.
Get the part where it said he wouldn't regard the young or old.
Yes, sir. Verse 50, a nation of fierce countenance.
The so-called white man, it says he's a part of a nation of fierce countenance. You want to know how fierce he is? He'll put his knee on a brother's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Right.
And have the brother pissed on himself.
Right.
Calling for his moms.
Read out.
That's the nation of fierce countenance. But why did that happen to us? Because we broke the commandments of God.
That's right.
Read.
Which shall not regard the persons of the old.
He's not going to regard the old. Read.
Nor shew favor to the young.
He didn't show favor to the young.
Right.
What happened to Sonya Macy? Y'all familiar what happened to her? What happened? What you got? You know what we talking about? Sonya Macy? Did you hear about the sister that was in, what was it, Ohio? I think it was Ohio. It was somewhere in the Midwest. It was Illinois, Springfield, Illinois. Did y'all hear about the sister? She initially called the cops because she heard somebody breaking in. I think it was breaking in a car. So 2 officers came to her house. They came in. They already had murder on their mind. Right. But only thing the sister did, she was taking some hot water off the stove, and she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And you telling me because she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," she got a bullet to her face?
Right. Read out.
But we're reading about that same nation of people now that doesn't regard the young or old.
That's right.
So when it goes to your point, when you were saying that we had some fault in it, we're reading that the Most High God will put these people over us because of our disobedience.
That's right.
That's why it's important for us to come back to who we are now, begin our process of repentance, begin to apply the commandments of God to our life, coupled with the faith in Jesus Christ.
Right.
That's right.
That's the only way we're going to get out of this condition that we're in.
Right.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ, bless Bishop Nathaniel here. Hey, March 2025, we're going to have a Land Blitz fundraiser. So what I need you all to do is hit the QR code, whatever that thing is right there, fill it out on all our social media platforms, because we blitzing. We need this land. We got to get this fundraiser done, Israel. I'm trusting you. Get it done.
Cap, what's a Land Blitz fundraiser? Exactly what it is. We blitzing for the land. One day, with a large goal, we're going to raise the funds for the land. That's my goal. That's my mission, and we're going to make it happen. And I need your help to get it done. There's a link on the Bishop's Instagram and all of our social medias. Click on that link and fill it out. What you're going to do is you're going to estimate what amount of donation you can make on this one day. On that day, you can also make random donations. But those of you that are watching this video now, we want to get an estimate of how hard we're going to have to go when we blitz. There will also be an in-house event. Y'all remember the Journey to Freedom? This is going to be bigger and better, live from Atlanta. You better get your tickets now, because probably after this announcement, it's going to be sold out. Only 400 tickets. But guess what? All the funds are going to the land. So get it now. Get it now.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.